It used to be all you needed, or maybe that along with a community property agreement or something like this. Very simple. And the reason is that we didn't live very long. We lived to 47 and 65, 72, 85, but now our lifespan is getting longer to the point where we're living to 95 and 96 pretty easily. So it used to be that if you do your estate planning documents over here and then you would just die and come over here and you had your will, then it would be helpful. But that is where we would spend our time and our money. Because we are living longer and longer, we've added 2 or more sections to our lifespan, essentially, in terms of our long-term care planning, in terms of our estate planning. One of them is long-term care, and that typically takes place of 5 or 10 years before you pass away. What you want to do prior to that is preserve your assets. Put them in such a way that they're bubble wrapped and protected so that you can preserve them, pass them on to the people that you love, and not have them whittled down by your long-term care costs. So kind of backing up over here, again, if you have your will and you just die, that's great. You want a really good comprehensive will that's very clear, very flexible, not something that you necessarily got off the internet or got from the store, but something that actually addresses the what if life doesn't turn out the way I thought it would sort of thing. In the next sort of phases here, you're going to look at the general durable power of attorney and the healthcare power of attorney. So it's not just a will anymore. You're going to be using these during the asset preservation planning portion and the long-term care portion, especially if there is a capacity issue or if you're not able to get out and about or not able to make decisions about how to handle your finance and real estate or your healthcare decisions. These 2 documents become incredibly important. So I would say kind of getting those in place so that if and when this comes up, we're ready for it and you've got somebody you trust that can make those decisions. They're going to have to determine whether you can have VA benefits, how you're going to private pay for it, if you have a long-term care policy, if Medicaid's going to be picking up the tab. So it's not simple stuff. So again, going to the store and getting a simple document or going online getting a simple document is not going to give you necessarily all the authority that you need to make transfers to preserve assets here if you aren't able to make those decisions yourself. So I would say in the big picture, no, having a will is just not enough anymore. We're spending more time on this side of the board getting ready for long-term care. So sometimes when we get here, we've already bubble wrapped everything and we don't even have a probate. We don't need to use our will necessarily all the time. But if we do just die, we do want to have that in place to take care of who we want in charge of our estate, how we want things distributed, and to whom they're going to be distributed to. If we don't just die, we want to make sure we have named somebody who can help us make decisions that we trust during the preservation planning phase and our long-term care phase.